And a very good morning from the Thorpe Park Resort, where I'm here today for their first day of the 2025 season. Super excited to be back here. I've not been since October, so it's been almost 6 months since I've got back in here and rode the UK's tallest and fastest coaster. Really looking forward to getting back on Hyperia and all the other rides across the park here today. Of course, Nemesis Inferno, Stealth, the Swarm. We're going to get on as many rides as we possibly can today. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Had a bit of rain this morning, but hopefully it's going to stay dry and warming up a little bit as the day goes on. Of course, we're going to be checking out all those 2025 changes around the resort as well. Not going to be as many as last year. Obviously, beginning of the last season, we had Hyperia, we had Big Easy Boulevard, and all those changes that kind of encompass the Project Sparkle updates. We haven't got any of that this year. However, there's still going to be a number of changes that we'll be able to pick up on as we go around the park today, including all the new merchandise for 2025 as well. Now, if you want to come down to Thorpe Park, check it all out for yourself. Prices start in advance online from £29, and it's £12 to park your car here. So like Alton Towers, there has been an increase of £2 for your parking here for this season. Park hours today, 10 a.m. through until 5 o'clock. Let's head on over to the island like no other. And we're starting off in the plaza area here of the park then. And I got to say, they did kind of touch this up at the start of last season. But yeah, it's not looking the best again, is it, at the start of 2025? Yeah, the screen's not working there. And we've got some paint kind of flaking off on these buildings here. Yeah, it's definitely a part of the park that I've been saying for the past few seasons, actually several years, to be perfectly honest, that this plaza just needs a massive refurb. Completely flatten it and build it anew. Because, yeah, it's never really looked the best here. And again, this season, the screen not working, and actually they only just turned the music on. It's not very loud at all here, but yeah, it is something I'd like to see in the future, a brand new plaza area for this park. Let's head on over to the bridge and we'll go and check out any changes that might have happened in the dome. And here we go then, across the bridge, over to the dome, onto that island like no other. Oh, I've missed these views. Hyperia and Soar in the background there. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's so great to be back. Yeah, like I say, I look forward to checking out all those changes around the park today. I don't think we've got any closures, certainly not going by the app, so it should be a good day. Oh, looking forward to getting back on that beast. Hey! Scream louder, soar higher. In terms of crowds today, it is a Friday, the first day of the season, so not expecting it to be too busy today, which is perfect. Hopefully we'll be looking at some pretty comfortable queue times today. We'll see. Oh, and look at this, even the bananas are happy that Thorpe Park has reopened for the 2025 season. I do like them, actually. I might try and win one a little bit later on. In terms of the dome itself, though, yeah, no changes that are immediately leaping out at me, at least, for 2025. Not really an area that needed it. Obviously, again, as part of the Sparkle project update for last season, the whole coffee area was all kind of refurbished, and there was lots of tidying up that kind of went on in the dome. But obviously this season, yeah, not really much to do, to be honest, so we'll be walking straight through here. We'll check out the merch, like I say, a little bit later on. But let's go and have a look at that absolutely awesome skyline of Thorpe Park. Oh, and here we are then. Welcome back to Thorpe Park and that absolutely epic skyline. I'll tell you what, when you come out of the dome, it really does just hit you, doesn't it? It's absolutely fantastic. Depth charge and the Swarm off to the right there. Flying fish right in front of us. Tidal wave just going up the lift hill there. And I'll tell you what, you can see Big Easy Boulevard, I feel, a lot easier than you could last season as well. I feel like there's been maybe some hedge cutting, tree cutting perhaps down here. It looks as though you've got much better views from up here just outside the dome down towards Big Easy, which is good to see. Detonator there, Nemesis Inferno, and then of course Storm Surge, Colossus, Soar the Ride and Hyperia off to the left. Absolutely fantastic. Hey, there's Tidal Wave's huge wave. I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of people go on Tidal Wave today. Feels like temps hitting about 12, 13 degrees today, so not exactly hot by any means. But yeah, it might be a fairly good day for a bit of a splash on Tidal Wave. Or a soakage, should I say. Oh, it's a gorgeous skyline though, isn't it? Cannot wait to head back into the park. And we're going to make our first stop here at the park at Amity Beach. And yeah, as you can see, this is kind of the small area on the left side as you walk down towards Tidal Wave. And yeah, as you can see, they've given it a nice refresh here, all nicely painted up. All the sand is all nice at the back there, all the rock work looking fantastic. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. I say smaller area, I mean, this is still quite a big part of Amity Beach along here. I have noticed that the tunnel that actually connects the two sections is starting to be bricked up down here now. And that's all going to be part of the big changes that are coming to this side of Amity Beach. Yeah, this much bigger area. Nothing's actually changed at the moment. I believe plans have been slightly delayed for this area. But as part of Project Pivot, this is going to be kind of a brand new, almost entertainment area, really. There's going to be a stage at the back here, a couple of food units around, big seating area, and this is all, I'm assuming, going to be kind of paved over, perhaps. Those plans, like I say, I do believe have been slightly delayed, but it has all been signed off, I believe, and will be coming at some point in the future, so that'll be interesting to see. And I think it'll be good, actually. You'll have Swarm in the background, right next to, obviously, Depth Charge. I think it will look really, really good. The question is, though, how much use is a new stage actually going to get here? I mean, you've got to think, with all the cutbacks that are happening across Merlin in the entertainment districts, or entertainment teams, I should say. Yeah, and obviously with Thorpe Park, certainly this season, only with one confirmed event, which is Fright Night. So I'm not quite sure how much use a new stage would be here. But I don't know, maybe they've got some plans for it in the future. And this would be an absolutely fantastic area, you know, for some live bands or something, or some shows to go ahead. Like I say, you've got to have some food units around and a really nice seating area. So looking forward to seeing when that actually happens. But yeah, like I say, no sort of start on that yet from what I can see, apart from separating, like I say, this area and the smaller area just behind me. But yeah, Amity Beach, certainly this side, looking very, very nice. Yeah, that'll be great for the summer. Lots of sun lounges around. Yeah, perfect. Still got the slide in place here as well. Looks beautiful. All right, let's head on over to the Lost City. And here we are then, just heading into the Lost City with Quantum. Just off to the right on a 5-minute wait, Fabry Magic Carpet. It's great to see the rides of Lost City. 4 flat rides and of course Colossus in the Lost City with Vortex off to the left here. Great to see the smoke effects working. Absolutely iconic soundtrack on that ride. And it's usually the ride that I get on first when I come down to Thorpe Park. I may do that again today. Looks like a 5-minute wait for that. Whee! Oh, absolutely glorious. Love Vortex. It's so, so good. Hey. Well, I'll tell you what, it's warming up nicely here. Yeah, really quite warm in that sun. Now, we've got a couple of anniversaries across the park today as well to talk about. The first of which being Zodiac, just off to the right here, the park's Enterprise. Is it working though? That's the question. It is, just a 5-minute wait. I have seen it. I've seen it going just shortly before I entered into Lost City. So that's good to see. It does suffer with reliability issues, this one. Yeah, it's just behind those hedges there. Celebrating its 25th anniversary at the park this year. Of course, a little bit of history behind it. This ride was actually brought in back in the year 2000 to add to park capacity after the devastating fire that they had in July of that year. That was a fire that, if you remember rightly, actually destroyed the Wicked Witch's Haunt building and part of Peter Rabbit's Tropical Travels as well. This was actually brought in from Drayton Manor. It used to be called Cyclone at Drayton Manor. That was brought in to help with capacity, and then from 2001 it was made a permanent attraction here at the park, and it's been here ever since. And it's a great ride. I do love an Enterprise. It doesn't go all the way up. It's not fully vertical anymore, but it is fantastic. Yeah, of course, that area of the fire is now obviously all been rebuilt with Detonator and Nemesis Inferno over there now. That was all kind of replaced. And a lot of people do say that Colossus was kind of the turning point of Thorpe Park going down that path of a thrill park. But actually, Zodiac right here was the first inverting ride that Thorpe Park ever had. So the argument could be made that it was this ride right here that actually started it all. I do love it, and it looks the part here in Lost City as well. Fantastic. And you've also got Rush here as well, Screaming Swing. And that's another ride celebrating an anniversary this year, 20 years at the park. Opened back in 2005. Good to see both sides working today as well. Yeah, this was all nicely kind of painted up last season. Usually gets quite a big queue this, but just 5 minutes at the moment. Yeah, it's good to see crowds pretty light at the moment. Hopefully we'll have some, like I say, pretty comfortable queue times today. Oh, the music blasting out. Yeah, I do love a good ride on Rush. It's a shame the cycles aren't a lot longer than they are, but you know, it is quite an old ride now. Storm Surge right in front of us here. Yeah, as you can see, these pathways are pretty light at the moment. You know, I actually might head down to Swarm. I think we'll come back for Vortex a little bit later on. We'll head on over to Swarm Island, make our first ride of the day on the UK's second wing coaster, the Swarm. Absolutely glorious ride. It was my favorite coaster in the UK for a long time, back when it opened in 2012. Yeah, all the rock work here not looking too bad. Some of the pathways around here have been nice and cleaned. Tidal wave looks great, doesn't it, with the Pier 13 back now. Hey! Amity Bugle, bit of Wipeout playing as well. Oh, it's absolutely great being back here. I do love Thorpe Park. It's absolutely fantastic. And here comes the Swarm. Into that dive drop. And the Flying Fish as well here, just off to the left. Thorpe Park's very first coaster with just a 5-minute wait. Mack Ride's powered coaster, this one, opened back in 1983 as Space Station Zero, which was actually an enclosed coaster over in the building that now occupies is now occupied by KFC and the arcade. It used to be down there, and is still going strong here. And the marquee here at Thorpe Park, where they host a number of events throughout the year, is all looking nicely well maintained, isn't it? The grass nice and cut, some hedge trimming that's gone on, decking looks all nice and clean. Yeah, it looks very nice. But yeah, look at this. As we're talking about 2025 changes, here's one for you. An assistance dog relief area. You know what, this is good to see actually. I like this. Yeah, nice little area of greenery here. If you do have an assistance dog or, you know, guide dog of any kind, you can bring them here so they can relieve themselves. Oh, there we are. It's a nice little area for them actually. Yeah, just to come here, there's a little bench just down to the left here. You can just kind of sit down for a little bit, chill out, let your dog relax before heading back into the park. Yeah, it's a nice change for 2025, this. And here we go then, over onto Swarm Island. One of, in my opinion, one of the best themed rides in the UK. It really is absolutely awesome. I mean, this whole area is great, to be honest. The ambulance there, the big plane here off to the left. Absolutely awesome. I just wish they would bring the fire effects back. Oh, zero G roll. Speeds of 59 miles an hour, this one. 4 inversions. It's just great around here, isn't it? All kind of the fencing around, the old body of the plane there, the fire engine just down here in front of us, the big near miss with the billboard, and there goes Stealth. Hey. Look at everything, was so well done around here, wasn't it? The detailing is absolutely awesome. I love it. An ominous soundtrack as well. A huge inclined loop there is great. And of course the inline twist right above the station. And look at this. That's got to be, what, 10 minutes? Oh, that doesn't look too good though. Is it stopped on the... Oh no. Oh, yeah, it is. It's currently down. That's only just gone down because, yeah, train was just going round, so hopefully it won't be down for too long. That looks like maybe a 10-minute wait though when it opens up, so I'm going to join the queue anyway. I don't think it'll be down too long. Yeah, you got the helicopter here as well. It is absolutely awesome. Such a well-themed ride. All right, currently closed, but I'm going to head on anyway. We'll see how long we wait. And just had my ride on the absolutely awesome B&M wing coaster, the Swarm, then here at Thorpe Park. Waited just 10 minutes. Yes, had a little bit of downtime this morning, and operations on there aren't the best. Running a 2-train service, a little bit of stacking on the brake run, and taking a little while to get the trains actually dispatched. But you know what, 10-minute wait, can't argue with that. And I'll tell you what, the queue has really built up actually over the last 10 minutes or so while I've been grabbing some off-ride footage. You're on at least 25, 30 minutes now, I would suspect. I think it's actually just gone down again. We've just had some members of security going down, not quite sure what's going on, but it's an absolutely fantastic ride. Like I say, 59 miles an hour, 127 feet with 4 inversions, and oh, here it goes into that incline loop. The 0G roll's fantastic. The first drop is great. Some awesome views across London and then across the lake as well, past the helicopter. The inline twist over the station is fantastic as well. It's a great ride. Like I say, for a long time, this was my favorite coaster in the UK. It really is fantastic. Oh, I tell you what, I could do with taking this coat off. It's getting really warm. Just some off-ride footage of Swarm then, and yeah, what is affecting that coaster today is, as nice as it's blue skies and sunny and pretty warm, it is quite gusty, and that's what's affecting the operations on the Swarm at the moment. As a matter of fact, it has just gone down due to those pretty strong winds. Yeah, we have had some pretty strong gusts today, and that is the roller coaster's nemesis, if you like, is strong winds. So yeah, hopefully it's not going to be affecting the other rides around the park today too much, especially Hyperia. Definitely want to get on that today. But one ride that isn't affected by the wind is the Flying Fish, and that's where I'm going to head over now. You can't come to Thorpe Park and not go on one of the park's original coasters. Let's go get on. And it was an absolutely fantastic ride on the Flying Fish then. Thorpe Park's original roller coaster. Do love the fish. 4 laps on there today as well, which isn't too bad. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, we're going to head down now towards Amity. We'll see if we can see any changes for 2025 in that area of the park. Yeah, as part of Project Pivot, which, like I say, is kind of this big refurb of this side of Amity Beach. It's believed that this building here is all going to be removed, and then this is where you will actually enter into that new area. But yeah, as you can see, this building is still here for now. Like I say, it'll be interesting to see when work does actually start on this. But yeah, I think it'll make a great area. I'm just interested to know what what kind of shows Thorpe Park's actually going to put on that new stage. I mean, it'd be a shame to build a new stage and not actually use it, or not use it very much, considering the cutbacks that have been made recently. But maybe that's why they're kind of holding off on it for now. We'll see. And it's just a 5-minute wait for Storm Surge then. A ride that originally came from Cypress Gardens in Florida, which is now Legoland, Florida, of course. Manufactured by Whitewater West, has been here since 2011. It's a really fun ride, actually. Perfect day for it as well. And it's not quite the weather for people to be brave enough to get on Tidal Wave. There is a few people on there, but just a handful. Most of the boats going around are empty. Heading over to the mega store now then, let's check out all that juicy 2025 merch, because there are some good pieces this year at Thorpe Park. And here we are then, starting at some of the Nemesis Inferno merch, and I've got to say, I absolutely love that mug. Look at that. That's fantastic. Proper volcano with the lava coming down there, Nemesis Inferno on. That's absolutely amazing. I do like that. Volcano mug. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely awesome. That is, let's have a look here, that's 16 pounds for the volcano mug. I don't mind that either. That's nicely embroidered there, the kind of red and black. Nothing on the back there, but that's 30 pounds for the t-shirt. Like I say, nice and embroidered. Yeah, I do quite like that. Obviously got your caps here as well, nicely embroidered. Got a gilet here, nice and embroidered on there. Some good Nemesis Inferno merch. Got some of the timers that we've seen before. Then we got Stealth, do quite like this mug here as well. We got the Stealth socks. That's a big old mug. Yeah, they've certainly gone supersized with the mugs this season. Do like that. And this is nice as well. Actually feels quite light as well, so you might get away with that for sort of this time of the year, you know. Zip on there, nice rubber zip with all the Stealth detailing on. That's really nice. Nice badge on there. Go, go, go on the sleeves. And the Stealth logo on the other sleeve. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I do like that. And that's 60 pounds for that one. So yeah, quite expensive, but it is a nice piece of merch. Nice hoodie that. Got the Stealth resin here as well. Some more Stealth caps, again all nicely embroidered. This is quite nice. This is a new addition for this year as well. Just the white shirt, again with that kind of rubber badge. Stealth logo down the left side there, nothing on the back. That's quite nice for 30 pounds. Do quite like that. I've got some Saw merch here, got the Saw socks. That's quite loud, isn't it? Quite like it though. Yeah, you got the Saw there, Saw the right nice and embroidered. Is that a hoodie? I think it is, yeah. You got the puzzle mug as well. This is new for this season as well. It's priced at £12. And Saw the Ride socks as well for £7.50. Some more t-shirts down here. And the Swarm as well. Swarm's got another new mug. I do like that as well. Kind of the detailing on the inside there of the ride vehicle. That's pretty cool. Again, we got the Swarm socks. Mug is £12. Got the lanyards at the bottom here as well. Again, another nice hoodie. Again, that feels fairly light as well. Swarm logo on the front there. That's quite different as well, isn't it? Different kinds of, almost looks like a different blend of material, but it's not, with the exception of this piece. Swarm badge just kind of slightly off center there. That looks quite smart actually. Again, a nice t-shirt there with just the Swarm logo on the front. Very nice. They do have some great merch in the Merlin parks. If there's one thing that they do get right, it is the quality of their merch. It is fantastic. Obviously the Hyperia hoodie here, we saw that last year. Some of the shirts as well from last year. And the mugs, nice caps here. Hyperia bags and the shirts. This one's quite nice. I believe this is new, £30. Got the gold wings on there with Hyperia. down that side. Yeah, that's quite nice. And a nice hoodie there as well. This isn't embroidered, it's kind of, I'm not quite sure what that is. Bit of a 3D effect there. It's not a transfer, but yeah, it's not embroidered either. Interesting. £60 for this one. It's quite a nice colour, that. Don't mind that at all. Nice Hyperia logo down here. That's pretty cool. Here's some good merch this year. Okay, you've just got the gold wings on this one here, another £60. And the shirt there as well. That one is a transfer, but again, quite nice colour. There's some nice bits of merch around here. And there's an absolute shed load of pin badges, new pin badges for this year, all with the new Thorpe Park branding on. You've got some ride vehicle badges down here. Rebranding of Detonator, Big Easy Boulevard, that's a nice one. Do like that. That's really cool. You've got some pin backings here as well that you can use if you want to just display your pins in perhaps your bedroom, or this can actually hook on to like a belt buckle or something. You can actually carry that around, have that on the back of your bag or something. There's a huge variety of pin badges here for this year. Got one with the year on here, 2025. We've got all of the keychains here as well. I like this Nemesis Inferno one, that's pretty cool. Do like that. I'm not a big collector of keychains, but some of them are pretty nice here. You can actually get the collection here as well for £15. Got all the rides on there, Swarm, Colossus, Stealth, Nemesis Inferno and Hyperia on there, that's nice. And then you've got all your fridge magnets here as well, that's pretty cool. £6 for these. Like the detailing on that, that's nice. You've got Nemesis Inferno, Ghost Train, the Swarm, some nice Hyperia ones here. Yeah, really impressive stuff for this year at Thorpe Park. Stealth with the go, go, go on the top. And then of course you've got all the brand new Thorpe Park branding for this year, and there's absolutely loads of it. You've got the sweatshirts, you've got the hoodies, you've got the t-shirts, all in the different kind of combination of colours. This kind of pink, white and blue one is quite nice. Certainly not a colour that I would be able to get away with. But yeah, it's really nice. You've got the Thorpe Park logo embroidered there. A little detailing on the bottom. Really nice. £55 for the hoodie. £25 for this shirt down here. £48 for this one, which has just got a kind of a transfer on it there. Some more t-shirts at the bottom. You've got kind of this off-white colour here as well. This one's not embroidered. You get the Thorpe Park logo in that kind of dark blue. You've got the mint colour of the detailing around here. That's nice and embroidered there as well. Look at this. You've also got dog accessories as well. Yeah, why not? You got little harnesses and leashes and stuff. These glasses down here are really nice as well. Like the colour of them there with the green at the bottom. I believe they've got these for each individual ride as well, which is cool. Yeah, here's all the dog accessories here. Collars, harnesses, leads, everything you could want for your pet. And why not? If you've got a dog, deck them up in Thorpe Park gear. Here we are, got some Thorpe Park socks here. Is it £6? £7.50 for the socks. £6 for the lanyard down here. You've got your drink bottles or your caps. Yeah, there's some more of that Thorpe Park branding here. This is really nice. That's a real nice kind of chunky embroidery that really kind of sticks out. Yeah, that's really good quality. Yeah, I like that. Really nice. There's nothing on the backs of these, but yeah, I do quite like that. Obviously, this is your blue with the white text, and that's £60 for that one. Like I say, you've also got your shirts, your sweatshirts here as well. And you've got this kind of salmon pink colour with the white writing. Again, all the different styles, your t-shirts, sweatshirts, bags. You've got the mint colour here. Oh, you could certainly fully deck yourself out in all this this branded gear here. Do really like that, it is nice. I could maybe get away with a mint green. I'm usually a much darker colour clothes wearer though, but yeah, we'll see. And then we got the white here with the blue. That looks quite nice. Yeah, really nice. And all the bags you see here, the duffel bags are £30, the t-shirts are 28, sweatshirts are 50, and the hoodies are 60, as you can see here. That's quite nice. I don't usually buy like the actual park branding, unless it's somewhere like Universal or maybe Disney or Cedar Point. I tend to stay away from the actual park branding, and I tend to stick with the ride branding stuff more than the park. But yeah, I gotta say, I do really like this Thorpe Park stuff this year. Really, really nice. Great stuff. And here you go. This is where you've got all of those glasses for the separate rides. So you've got Nemesis Inferno, Stealth, the Swarm, Hyperia, and Colossus, and they've all got their kind of own colour. If you do like your crystalware back at home, these wouldn't look out of place on a nice dining table somewhere. I really do like that, and you've obviously got the Thorpe Park one in the middle here. Yeah, they're really cool. £6 for those, and I believe these are £6 as well for your coasters. Nemesis Inferno, Colossus, the Swarm, Hyperia, and Stealth up here as well. Gotta say, really, really impressed with the merch this year. Merlin always do a fantastic job, but Thorpe Park, out of the Merlin parks that I visited so far for 2025, Thorpe Park are definitely leaps and bounds ahead. Really some nice stuff here this year. And I thought I'd just get a few more off-ride shots of Tidal Wave then. Here's some brave people. Hey! It's good to see people riding Tidal Wave actually, because this is the third ride in the park, celebrating an anniversary this year. 25 years at the park. Opened in 2000, manufactured by Hopkins Rides, and it's absolutely awesome, isn't it? Shoot the Chute ride, and it's really, really well themed. It always has been around here. Of course, they've done a lot of work to the station last season, and it does look absolutely fantastic. And at night, if you're ever here for Fright Nights or anything like that, this area with all the lighting does actually look superb. One of the best kind of, in terms of lighting, areas of any theme park in the UK. It really does look glorious, especially with Stealth in the background with all of its lighting as well. It does look absolutely incredible. Yeah, I really do like it around here. Love the signage for Tidal Wave as well, and as expected, it is a complete walk-on, as you can see. An empty boat going up there. I don't blame people. It's not quite warm enough for it, but come the summer, this gets some pretty big queues. I'll tell you what, Amity really is looking nice. All this water, nice and clean. Looks like the theming might have had a little bit of a spruce up. Hey! And like I say, this signage really is something special. I love it. I think it looks great. Again, especially at night. All the neon looks fantastic. As we head on into New Orleans, Big Easy Boulevard. Here we go, we've got some games off to the left and to the right. I like the Burger King signage. There we are. Big Easy bumpers just through there. And of course, this was the area that was completely rethemed last season from Angry Birds Land. And yeah, I think they've done quite a good job. You still got Ready Player One showing in the Sunset Cinema. Yeah, well, this was all kind of repainted and just given a brand new look. Looks a lot fresher in my opinion. Sweet Easy. And of course you've got Detonator there. This was all rethemed as well. And yeah, as I said earlier in the vlog, this was all where Wicked Witch's Haunt used to be, and Peter Rabbit's Tropical Travels. Who remembers all of that? Just a 5-minute wait for Detonator through there. Oh, Nemesis Inferno. And I do often wonder if they called Nemesis Inferno as a, you know, because this obviously was the site of that huge fire back in the year 2000. I don't know. It might be, maybe someone can tell me officially if that was the case. 5 minutes for Detonator though. You know what? I'm going to head on. Yeah, I really did like what they've done with this, all kind of the fireworks and stuff here. Of course, it used to be Detonator bombs away when this was Angry Birds Land. 115 feet, manufactured by Fabry. And it's a great ride. There's some brilliant forces to this. It's only a small drop tower, really, but the forces are fantastic. Yeah, still the pre-recorded audio, though, which I'm not a big fan of. I kind of preferred it when the... Hey! I kind of preferred it when the staff member in the ops cabin used to kind of play around with you a little bit, you know. That was always pretty cool. But still, 5 minutes for detonator, can't go wrong with that. Let's jump on.
And here's a closer look at Big Easy bumpers then. Oh, it's carnage. Great little dodgems that. And right opposite that, you've got Boulevard Bites. You got all your tiger fries, savory bites, you get hot dogs in there, all your sweet treats as well. As we head on down towards Amity Speedway, Double Tea Party just off to the left there. Ah, it's looking a bit quiet there. Looks like it's up and in operation. Ah, I may have to get on that myself. Be the only one on there. Ben & Jerry's is here as well. Now actually this building here was given a big refurb over the closed season. It's all nicely opened up in there now. Not going to get any ice cream in there myself, but as you can see just through there. Yeah, it looks really nice actually. Done a good job in there. Do like some Ben & Jerry's. As we head on down to Stealth then. Intamin hydraulic launch coaster 0 to 80 in 1.8 seconds, which makes it the fastest accelerating coaster in the world over that 205-foot top hat, and it's an absolute beast, this ride. And of course last year they put all this new signage in, gave all the kind of stationary repaint, and it still looks really nice and fresh actually. And here she comes. And no matter how many times I've rode this, oh, you always forget the absolute punch that this ride has got. It's a bit like Detonator actually, 30-minute wait for Stealth. In terms of, I always forget how forceful Detonator is, you know? Really is a forceful drop tower there. 30 minutes for Stealth though, cannot complain about that. Yeah, crowd's pretty light today, which is good. Which was kind of expected really for a Friday. Oh, it's great to be back here in the queue line for Stealth. All these kind of video screens showing you how to kind of approach the station and about the backdrop and everything. That was all new for last season as well. But here we go, 30-minute wait for Stealth.
We can't all be record breakers. Someone had to look after the bags. Someone had to look after the boats.
Oh, and it was absolutely fantastic to get back on Stealth. Intamin hydraulic launch coaster, and I tell you what, I'm going to reiterate, same as Detonator, you forget just how forceful that ride is. 0 to 80 miles an hour, 1.8 seconds, making it, like I said, the fastest accelerating coaster in the world. And I tell you what, I rode Max Force last year over at Six Flags at Great America, and I gotta say, that did to me actually feel faster. It's only a little bit slower. Obviously that's a compressed air launch, 0 to 78 miles an hour in about the same time as Stealth. But I tell you what, Stealth is still absolutely brilliant. I love that ride so much. What's its future? It obviously being a hydraulic launch. Are we going to see it replaced with LSMs? I really hope not, because it's just a 205-foot top hat. Really, aside from that launch, there's not really much else special to that ride. So if they get rid of that hydraulic launch, it's really going to take a lot away from it. So I hope it stays for as long as possible, because it is absolutely brilliant. Just takes your breath away. That launch is fantastic. Going to head down towards Nemesis Inferno now then. It's time to get on the B&M invert here at the resort. Oh, feels like a long time since I've been on Inferno as well. Worth noting actually, Rumba Rapids here, just off to my right, isn't actually open until May of 2025. That's still getting its kind of refurbishment at the moment. There's a few bits and pieces that's being done to the trough around the main layout. So that's back up in May. Nemesis Inferno though, up and open. Let's go and take a look, see what the queue time is. Looks like it's probably about 20 minutes. go then, joining the queue for the Nemesis Inferno here at Thorpe Park. Absolutely awesome ride. I think this unfairly gets a lot of flack from people. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great ride. Yes, it's not as good as Nemesis at Alton Towers, but you know, I think it's only because of the name that people ever thought that it pretended to be. I think it's a great ride. 4 inversions on this one, 48 miles an hour, nice and forceful, especially going into that vertical loop. Hey, and yeah, look at this. Around the queue line, it's all nice and tidied up around here, all the bushes cut back. Just makes it look a little bit more presentable, doesn't it? Oh, I love this ride. Great to get back on Inferno. Advertised at 35 minutes. It's not going to be 35. It's pretty much up to the stairway that leads into the station. I reckon this is 15, maybe 20 minutes tops. Just had a front row ride on Nemesis Inferno then. I'll tell you what, the queue times around the park today have actually been pretty over exaggerated. Stealth advertised at 30 minutes, waited just 15. Nemesis Inferno advertised 35, got into the station after 15. I thought, you know what, I'm going to queue for a front row ride. So queued for about half an hour for a front row ride on Inferno. Unfortunately, I think someone was ill on my ride, so it's just gone down. A couple of empty trains have just gone past as they test the ride. I think they're just kind of cleaning stuff up in the station. Yeah, it didn't look too good when I got off the ride, unfortunately. It is a forceful ride, this. 4 inversions, speeds of 48 miles an hour, open here back in 2003. And yeah, certainly that first drop going into that vertical loop, yeah, there's some pretty serious forces on that, especially if you're sat towards the back. So do bear that in mind if you've just had a big lunch or something before you get on Inferno. Gonna make my way down towards Hyperia now then. We'll stop off at Colossus on the way and we'll get our rides in on the tallest and fastest coaster here in the UK. Made my way back into the Lost City there with that absolutely glorious soundtrack. It sounds great, doesn't it? Yeah, it's good to get back on Nemesis Inferno though. Like I say, I do love that ride. Great to see all the mist and smoke effects working in the tunnel as well, all the lighting. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened at the moment here at the resort, but there's quite a few closures. Hyperia, Swarm, The Walking Dead, Samurai, and Colossus, unfortunately, are all down for the moment. So hopefully it's not going to be a significant amount of time. But Colossus is looking great, isn't it? There was more repaint done over this closed season. Cobra Roll looking nice and fresh. Yeah, hopefully it's not going to be down for too long, we'll see. But yeah, obviously the painting originally started on this back for the Sparkle project. Closed season, obviously into 24. And then some more painting was done over this closed season into 25. And I gotta say, it is looking really quite fresh around here. Yeah, as you can see, Colossus is actually stuck on the lift hill there. Oh dear. It looks like it might be a full evac. Oh dear, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Colossus. But yeah, the ride itself though is looking fantastic. Just the first drop, the lift hill, and this loop here remains to be painted. And I suspect that that will get done over the closed season into 2026. But yeah, unfortunately that doesn't look good for Colossus. May have to give that one a miss. And head straight on down to Hyperia. We might see if we can come back and get this one a little bit later. Oh dear. I was looking forward to my ride on Colossus. Yeah, like I say, unfortunately, it looks as though Samurai's down as well. I'm not sure if there's been a power cut in the area, perhaps. I mean, the saw blades aren't spinning over the back either. Still got lighting and music though, so... And there we are. Entrance all still looking fresh though, looks really nice. And we'll make our way down into Fearless Valley then. Like I say, Hyperia is also down as well. Hopefully just a little bit of a blip. I'm not sure if Saw's closed, it certainly looks like it. Yeah, not quite sure what's happened here. So we'll head on over to Hyperia. Queue times across the park have been fantastic today. Longest I've waited, 15 minutes. Everyone is basically trying to get a ride on Hyperia today. That's been by far and away the largest queue. That's topped out at 100 minutes today. But every other ride has been around 15. Weather's been perfect as well, as we head on into Fearless Valley. Yeah, this is all starting to look really nice around here actually, isn't it? All the foliage growing up. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, it looks nice and tidy, well maintained. Looking forward to seeing this actually, see if they've got anything replacing the stage, obviously that was here at the opening of the ride last season. Yeah, all these little trees in here. Yeah, it looks really nice. Yeah, I think there's definitely something that's happened in this entire area, to be honest.
If you do not wish to wait, we advise you to make your
Yeah, that's not great. This Hyperia, like I say, was on a 100-minute queue when I last checked. Hopefully they'll get it sorted soon, we'll see. Oh, it's an absolute beast, isn't it? Oh, I get excited every time I see this. But yeah, as you can see, gates all closed off currently. So yeah, hopefully that'll be back up in operation soon. But yeah, here we go. I've tidied up a little bit around here. This is obviously where the stage used to be during the opening before. They've got some planters around here. Looks like they've got a new cable box here, a little electrical box that they've put in. But yeah, this looks a lot better than what it was. Yeah, is this all that kind of soft flooring, like a resin type thing? So yeah, that looks much, much better. Yeah, it's just a shame about the ride. Yeah, we'll hang around for a little bit, see if it reopens. But yeah, it's not looking great, is it? I think this is probably the perfect time for me to sit down and have my lunch. Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes, and we'll hop on if the gates open. Oh, absolutely outstanding. And we did see some bits for Hyperia over in the Megastore, but I thought I'd just come into the Hyporium now, just to see if there's any exclusive bits in the Hyporium only. And yeah, I did find this. This is a nice kind of fleecy hoodie here. Got the Hyperia logo in a slightly different material. You've got some nice detailing on the zips here as well with the Hyperia logo. I really do like that. Yeah, you got nothing on the back, just the hood itself, and you got some nice embroidered gold wings down here as well. It is £70, so it is very expensive, but again, it just kind of shows you the quality that Merlin are capable of. Really, really nice, do like that. And I've just had a little bit of lunch here in Fearless Valley and just bought myself one of those nice white Hyperia t-shirts, which I'm pretty pleased with. What's got a little bit of ride today though. The first half of the day was fantastic with ride availability and operations, all pretty good, with the exception of Swarm that was obviously due to the weather, not the park's fault at all. But the second half of the day, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened at all here at the resort. We've got a lot of downtime at the moment. If we take a look at the app here, as you can see, we've got Colossus is down, Hyperia, Rush, Samurai, Saw the Ride, and The Walking Dead, all currently down at the moment. Saw looks as though it's testing, so that should be open relatively soon. But yeah, even after having my lunch, Hyperia is still not running. As a matter of fact, there's a train there still stuck over there on the brake run. So yeah, I'm not too sure when this is going to come back into operation. So yeah, I might head on over to Saw, see if I can get my rides in on that Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And then hopefully the rest of the rides will be up a little bit later on. And while unfortunately Hyperia is still experiencing a little bit of that downtime, I did just want to point out how absolutely stunning Fearless Valley does look now down here with all this new grass. All the rocks in place, some of the new trees here with the little borders around. I think it all looks absolutely glorious. A lot better than obviously all the old kind of wood chippings that they used to have around here as well. Signage all looks really nice and fresh. They've done an absolutely fantastic job. Love all these little trees around here. It really does set the area off. Especially on glorious days like today with Hyperia just towering over it as well. Yeah, really have done a nice job here in Fearless Valley. Looks a lot tidier than it did at the end of the 2024 season. And some more work that's actually gone on just outside of Fearless Valley then is now the complete removal of the SBNO flat ride, the Slammer. It was here at Thorpe Park from 2005 to 2017. It was one of only 2 S&S Sky Swats in existence. It stayed here, SBNO, for quite some time after its closure in 2017 due to, I believe, environmental reasons. I think there were kind of rare birds nesting in its structure, which meant, yeah, it couldn't be removed for quite some time. But now, as you can see, the full structure has gone, leaving just this pit here. And yeah, while it doesn't look very much at the moment, it is nice to have that ride removed because it was a little bit of an eyesore in this general area. So yeah, good to see that gone and hopefully replaced with something exciting in the near future. And as Soar continues to test, Samurai is back up in action. So good to see the ride availability is starting to improve. Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. A bit of a blip across this area of the park, I think. Soar still running those empty trains, but I'm sure they'll have riders on soon enough. While we're here though, just in front of Hyperia, it is worth mentioning that track walks are now available for this absolute beast. Check Thorpe Park's website for availability and booking information if you do want to do that. It will cost you £120. But you get to walk up this absolutely huge 236-foot lift hill. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that I will look at doing a little bit later on in the year. But Hyperia, though, still down. They're still evacing riders on the trains over the back there.
Hyperia is currently experiencing a delay.
And yeah, as you can hear, still playing that announcement. It's not looking good, to be honest. Like I say, it was a full evac. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a ride on here today. There's only 2 hours left of park time, but we'll see. Worth mentioning as well that I know some work has gone on Hyperia's splashdown element just down here. I believe they're assessing it for basically its continued usage, really, its viability for the ride. So there's a chance that the splashdown element is going to get removed at some point in the future. That's not confirmed, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, it wasn't exactly a very impressive splashdown feature, was it? And I would rather see them actually remove it completely rather than it just kind of be left and unmaintained and it just looking a little bit grotty. So we'll see what happens with that. But if they do get it back in action, just, you know, make sure it's looked after, make sure it looks the part. Otherwise, yeah, I have no problem with them removing that. I didn't feel like it really added much to the ride experience at all. But yeah, one for the future there. We'll see what happens. And it's currently a 10-minute wait for Samurai then. Mondial top scan here at the resort. Looks great in its original colours, doesn't it? Used to be at Chessington World of Adventures, this. And it's a great ride. Love the soundtrack as well. And I have just been speaking to a couple of staff members at the park, and it has been confirmed that it was a power cut in this area that's basically knocked everything out. Luckily, rides are starting to come back into operation now. Soar has just reopened, 5-minute wait, 100 feet, 100 degrees drop, Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And yeah, I guess this is probably, if I can say this, my favorite Gerstlauer Eurofighter in the country now, quite possibly. It was Speed No Limits at Oakwood, but now it's likely going to be Soar the Ride. Although Adventure Island definitely has the location down right on, obviously, that beachfront. But Soar the Ride has got the theming and the storyline. All right, let's head on. Am I going to get off this with a headache? Yeah, we'll see. ride then on Soar the Ride, opened in 2009, Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And you know what? I often say Soar the Ride, the bone shaker, the headache maker, and it still kind of is. However, that was riding a lot better today. I was sat on the back row right side, so on the wheel seat, and actually it wasn't too bad at all. 100-degree drop on that one. I love all the theming around. The drop in the dark is great, and there's some nice twisty elements. Yes, I do think that is, out of the two Gerstlauer Eurofighters that we've got here in the UK, I do think that is my favourite one, even though the one at Adventure Island does have that absolutely awesome location. Good news is Colossus has now reopened. It's on a 5, maybe 10-minute wait by the looks of things. Might have just changed to 15 actually. We head on over. We got a little bit stung with the fast track on Soar. Everybody that was evac from the queue on Hyperia earlier were given a fast track. They all came over to Soar. That wasn't a 5-minute wait. I was waiting almost half an hour for that. So yeah, that was a long one. I'll see if I can get a ride on Colossus now. I do want to try and get my ride in on Hyperia. Unfortunately, as of right now though, that is still closed and there's only 45 minutes left of park time. So we'll see what happens. Let's head on over to Colossus. And there goes Colossus, and I've got a decision to make. Colossus is currently on a 25-minute queue, but Hyperia has just started testing. So with 45 minutes left of park time, I'm going to make my way back over to Fearless Valley and start queuing for Hyperia. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss Colossus on this visit, and it's a shame because it's an absolutely fantastic ride. Opened in 2002, the power of 10. It is great. It was originally going to be a launch coaster that, before they decided to go for those multiple inversions instead. But with Hyperia testing and potentially reopening soon, it's got to be that. I can't come to Thorpe Park and not ride Hyperia. Let's head on over, see what the queue time's like. And after being closed due to that power cut, then Hyperia is now back open. I've joined the main entrance. Not quite sure what the queue time's going to be for this, but I'm just glad to be getting back on it for the first time in 2025. Let's see if I can get that coveted front row, which I still haven't had on this yet. Way. Oh, so excited to get back on here. Fantastic ride. 236 feet. Hey, everyone's just happy to be back on it. Fantastic. Let's go. And the question is now, of course, is just how many fast tracks are we going to have to wait to pass through the gates? But I do love everything that they've done around here. It really does look fantastic. Find your Fearless. Here we go. Yeah, it looks so much better than the wood chips that used to be here. Of course, they're still around behind the fences here, but all the new grass really does look nice. Makes Fearless Valley look a lot more high quality. And it's great that they've tidied up the area where the stage was as well. Oh, that soundtrack, here we go. Hopefully we're not going to get too done over with fast track here. We'll see. Oh, look at everyone just coming in, heading into the queues. Oh, not too bad. Made it up to here. We'll see how long we wait. And here we are then, finally in the station for Hyperia. I tell you what, it's been really temperamental today. It's actually gone down another 2 times since joining the queue. Here I am in row number 3. It's meant that I've queued for nearly 1 hour, but still for Hyperia, that's not too bad at all. But considering I was very close to the front, I thought it was going to be a lot quicker. But 1 hour's pretty good. Happy with that? Fantastic to get back on for 2025. Cannot wait. Couldn't leave the resort without getting on this ride. It's absolutely fantastic. And here we go. Oh, the soundtrack. Time to forge my wings. Hyperia. After queuing for about an hour then, just over, I got my row 3 ride on Hyperia, my first ride in 2025. That ride is absolutely outstanding. I love it. It's incredible. That first drop just blows me away every single time. That outer banked element, still haven't worked out what the hell that is yet, apart from it being absolutely phenomenal. And of course, the stall with that airtime is absolutely glorious. It really is fantastic. Like I say, not too sure what's happening with the splashdown element. There are rumors that it is going to be getting removed. It wasn't working today, but it's just an absolutely phenomenal ride. And you know what? Yes, I waited an hour. I wasn't expecting to wait quite that long, so I was quite near the front, but still, an hour for Hyperia is absolutely incredible. Going to put some more shots of around the park now, then, if I can find any. Of course, it is way past park close now, and then we'll be wrapping up today's vlog. And with those last few shots of Hyperia then, that is where I'm going to be wrapping up today's vlog from the opening day of the Thorpe Park Resort. And you know what, on the whole, it's been pretty good today. We've had absolutely perfect weather. I've got on every single coaster with the exception of the Walking Dead and Colossus, which is a little bit of a shame. I always do try to get on Colossus every time I come here. I've done Detonator earlier as well, which was fantastic. And we've gone across the whole park and checked out all of those changes for 2025, which, like I said at the start of the vlog, there was not going to be huge amounts of them, but yeah, we saw some around the park, which is quite nice. You know, the Fearless Valley looks absolutely fantastic. I do think that's the best change for 2025. That really does look great now. Colossus with its continuing repaint, even the dog relief area over at the Swarm. And on the whole, ride availability has been very good, or at least it was in the first half of the day. Unfortunately, we were hit by a power cut kind of mid-early afternoon time, which did affect a lot of the rides in this area. We did have quite a bit of downtime, which was unfortunate. Luckily, however, crowds have been pretty light today and queue times have been good. The biggest negative today really has been the availability of Hyperia. Yeah, it's really been quite troublesome today. It opened 2 hours late first thing this morning, and it has been down several times, which has resulted in some pretty heavy queue times. That maxed out at about 110 minutes earlier on today. It was great to actually get back on it, but it is clearly still having some early season teething issues, which hopefully they do get sorted. Row number 3, still haven't had that first front row on Hyperia yet. I swear I will get it soon. Otherwise I'll be going to the front of the train, I'll be hauling someone off so that I can get on that front row. Oh, the bugs around here. It's that time of year where you get all the mosquitoes and stuff coming off of the lake here. There are absolutely loads of them in the air, it's crazy. Yeah, overall on the whole though, it's been an absolutely fantastic day here. I love getting back to this resort. Shame I didn't do any of the rides in Lost City. Like I say, didn't do Colossus or any of the flat rides here. That's got to change. I'm gonna have to come back down sometime real soon. Maybe have an off-camera day and just blitz every single ride here. I love this resort. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's great to see it up and open again for 2025. Also, the merchandise, really impressed with that. I'm still not 100% sold on the new logo for Thorpe Park. However, the merchandise really is top quality. Expensive, but there's some really nice pieces in there. So yeah, make sure you take a look at that if you do come down to the resort. In terms of the next vlog coming up though, we're going to be back at Drayton Manor the day after their official opening day for the 2025 season. Going to get back on Maelstrom, on Gold Rush, and enjoy all my other favourite rides at that resort. Oh, just taking it all in. I love being back here, I really do. Absolutely fantastic. Won't be long before I'm back here at Thorpe Park, but from this resort I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy riding everybody, and I shall see you at Drayton Manor.